I need to share something with you. Something that's been haunting me for almost a year now. It's hard for me to even talk about it without feeling complete fear and terror. But I think it would be better if I just got it out there. Maybe it'll ease my mind if I just share it. I had been planning a simple overnight camping trip, just me in the wilderness. A way to clear my head. I've been camping and hiking most of my life, so I'm not a stranger to the outdoors. Everything was fine until an abrupt and unexpected storm hit. It came in suddenly, just a few hours into my hike and before I had made camp. I knew I'd be cutting it close with the sun going down, but decided to cut my losses and head back home because of the weather. Thunder roared over me and rain came down in sheets. The forest I knew became an unrecognizable, chaotic mess. In the blinding rain, I lost my way, and that's when things started to get seriously messed up. Hours turned into a never-ending nightmare as I stumbled through the woods, soaked to the bone and utterly disoriented. I was now in the dark, soaked in a raging storm, leaving me feeling helpless in the heart of the wilderness. Panic started to claw at me as I realized I had no idea where I was or how to get back. I figured my best bet was to hunker down for the night and wait for the storm to pass. That's when I found it. An entrance to a cave, a desperate shelter from the raging storm. It was more like a split in the rocky hillside than what you might picture a cave looks like in the movies. I figured it was my only chance to stay dry and safe, but once I got inside, I felt like I had stepped into another world. The cave was strange. Now remember, I'm out in the middle of nowhere, lost and not near any regular hiking trails or camping areas. There were these bizarre drawings that covered the rock walls, almost like tally marks or really simplistic figures. And there were these makeshift shelves stacked with old, rusted camping gear. But the weirdest part was some of the stuff was new, while other objects looked decades old, like it had been there since the 60s or 70s. It didn't really make any sense. I was getting the creeps, but I wanted some rest from the storm. But here's where it takes a turn for the worse. I ventured just slightly deeper into the cave, and I saw signs that someone was living there. Fresh food wrappers, a lantern still flickering, and a makeshift bed. It was clear someone had turned this cave into their home. The storm outside started to get quiet, and I heard it. A low, guttural moan that made me freeze with fear. I frantically turned off my flashlight, huddling in the dark, terrified of what I might see, or what might see me. Something was moving around in the cave, something that didn't sound like any animal I knew. It sounded human, or at least it used to be. And then I saw him. A silhouette in the shadows, oddly tall, with eyes that gleamed in a little bit of light from the lantern. I could barely see and was panicking inside, hoping whoever it was had not seen me. I can't describe it, but they looked simultaneously emaciated and strong at the same time. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. I was paralyzed with fear. He vanished back into the darkness, but that shadowy image is seared into my mind. I sat there afraid to move for what felt like forever, and then a huge clap of thunder pulled me back from my frozen state of fear. I bolted from that cave, running blindly through the forest, my heart pounding like a drum. Behind me, I swear I heard distant cries. It only added to my terror, like something ancient and malevolent was out there. I wish I could make sense of it, but I can't. I feel like I found something or someone that obviously didn't want to be found. I know it sounds dumb to say, but it almost didn't feel human. I'm sure it was just some hermit living in the woods, but it was so tall and had this animalistic presence to it. I wish I could explain it better. It's like I want to forget about it, and at the same time want to see it again, to make sure I'm not just remembering things wrong. I told the police about finding someone living in the woods, but I don't know if they did anything, or if they could even find them. The storm that led me astray to that cave. I don't know if I'll ever be able to erase those memories from my mind.